What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am once again with my cousin Pat Guy. He's been joining me on a lot of these lately.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
It's been fun.
Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, breaking away from our least favorite and favorite comic book movie villains. Instead, we're going to be talking about the MCU today, and we are going to be talking about the top 5 characters we would want the MCU to bring back. Pat, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for this conversation. I think I've got a couple that might surprise you.
I think I might have a couple that might surprise you too. I'm not sure. But we're going to get started with the list. I'm glad to see that you're doing good today. Since you are my guest of honor, you can go first. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I don't. No, I just have my
I
5.
don't either. This might be short and simple today. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What is your number 5 pick?
My number 5 is, no surprise to you, Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2.
Yeah, that didn't surprise me.
They briefly brought him back for the short film All Hail the King or whatever that was about the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, where you saw Justin Hammer in prison, but then we haven't seen him since then. And I just thought, I mean, I talked about it a little bit before on your previous videos, but Justin Hammer, I thought, was the best part about Iron Man 2, besides like Robert Downey Jr.'s amazing performance as always.
Definitely, yeah.
But Sam Rockwell just made that character so fun, and he was so quotable, and he was just entertaining to watch. And I feel like he's just such a fun villain. And the MCU has a habit of, and most superhero movies in general have a habit of killing their villains. But Justin Hammer just got arrested, so like I'd really love for him to come back. And I'm hoping in the upcoming Armor Wars Disney Plus show, I'm hoping that'll be a chance for Justin Hammer to make a comeback.
Gotcha.
But I mean, Sam Rockwell's just such a talented actor. I feel like it'd be a waste.
He's so good. He instantly elevates anything that's mediocre into like, okay, better than mediocre territory.
Maybe you don't know this, Ivan, but I don't speak Russian.
I love that. He's so good. He should have just been the main villain in Iron Man 2.
I would have been down with that, to be honest.
Probably would have been a lot better of a movie, too. So my number 5 is from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and that is Stakar Ogard. I just want to see Stallone talk like this in a superhero movie, you know? I mean, having him play the original Guardians of the Galaxy, that would be something cool. He could have a new franchise.
He's busy being King Shark now.
That's awesome. I can't believe he's King Shark.
Yeah.
No, this is a character that, like, it was a total surprise to me because I don't think I knew that Stallone was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 before it came out. So I remember just sitting in the theater and I was like, holy shit, that's Sly Stallone. and then he wasn't in the movie all that much, except for like scene at the beginning and then the scene at the end. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, I want to see what like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie would be like if he played a more prominent role, not necessarily the main role or like a supporting role, or I mean, I guess you could have him as a supporting role, maybe like kind of like a Yondu type character. So I would really like to see Stakar Ogard come back in that regard, and especially where I believe in the comics, he was part of the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that whole team was kind of a nod to the comics. His whole team, like Michael Rosenbaum,
Rosie,
and Miley Cyrus, like that was crazy. But no, I'd love to see Stallone back. I mean, I just think that'd be fun, and I mean, considering he teamed up with James Gunn again to do King Shark. I mean, I guess they work well together, so I enjoy working together.
I definitely see him like I could see him coming back for Guardians 3, maybe not like in a huge role, but I think it would be more than what we got in Guardians 2, and I would like to see that. Like I would like to see Sly Stallone in an action sequence in the MCU. And I know he's probably going to have action scenes as King Shark, but like I want to see like actual like Stallone,
not Sharkman Stallone.
Yeah, I want to see like actual Stallone, like in a superhero.
You just want to see him knock someone out.
Does not count.
The Italian Stallion.
Yeah, man. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Dormammu from Doctor Strange.
I forgot about Dormammu.
Dormammu is this huge greater evil that's out there in the multiverse and in the universe, and I mean, he was like kind of technically, I guess, the main bad guy of the first Doctor Strange because he was Caecilius's boss.
Yeah.
But like he only showed up for like 5 minutes towards the end as like a
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
giant godly figure in the dark dimension, and like he had that great scene where Doctor Strange outsmarted him. But
Yeah.
I'd love to see like Dormammu take more of a physical form, like because a lot of times in the comics you see his whole body and he's got the flaming head and he's possessing someone. Like I'd love to see. It doesn't have to be Doctor Strange 2, but I feel like Doctor Strange 3, if we could like go back to like that and have him come back.
Yeah.
Like now that the
Yeah.
Infinity Stones are gone, like the Time Stone's no longer a threat to him.
Right. Right.
So I mean, I could see him coming back even just for that reason. Like
Mm.
he's because he can't be stopped this time. So
I forgot about Dormammu. Shit.
Dormammu.
I've come to bargain.
But yeah, I'd like to see it back.
My number 4 is a classic character, but if you're gonna bring him back, don't go overboard with him, and that is the Grandmaster from Thor Ragnarok, because it's Goldblum, and he made me laugh so hard in Thor Ragnarok. But the problem here's the problem with Goldblum
Yeah.
is that there's only so much of Goldblum I can tolerate. Like Jurassic Park was perfect, but the Lost World Jurassic Park, there was way too much of him. But I think his utilization in Thor Ragnarok was really good,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like Goldblum overload. I would love to see them bring him back and go back to Sakaar, that trash planet, because that place is just awesome. Like just watching him interact with like and how he like operates like that entire planet was hilarious to me. So and I thought it just fit Goldblum perfectly. So if we are gonna stay in the cosmic realm of the
Yeah.
MCU, I think that there is room to bring him back, and I would love to see him come back.
Yeah, I'd love to see Goldblum again. The Grandmaster was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I could even
Oh,
picture him coming
sparkles.
after Thor, you know? Like, I could
Yeah.
picture him leaving Sakaar and trying to chase down the guy who ruined everything.
I always thought it was funny too, where like they steal his ship and then like they put the music on.
It's my birthday!
Okay, come on. There's got to be a gun on this thing. That looks like a gun.
It's my birthday.
um,
Give me the stick. Give me the stick.
yeah. Oh, yeah. You've been pardoned from life. And then kills that guy. No, yeah. He was great. I'd like to see him back. It's interesting, though, because I look back and I'm like, I have to keep reminding myself, especially with characters like that weren't on Earth, that it's been 5 years in
Yeah.
this story. So, like, what's he been up to for the last 5 years? You know?
Exactly.
Like,
It's
you
some,
could do a lot with that.
Did some random like nomad like pick him up on like
Or
some
did he
deserted
get
planet?
dusted? You know, you don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, I'd like to see him back for sure.
It would be one of those things that would be like heaven. My number 3 would be heaven too, but what's your number 3?
My number 3, Alex, this might surprise you, but I'll explain my reasoning. But a
Okay.
character I'd love to see back in the MCU at some point is Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Wow.
Some people
Okay.
might be like, whoa, don't you dare. His ending was perfect. And yes, I agree. His ending was perfect.
hmm
I would like to see him back, not even as an old man. I think we're fine if he, goes off and passes away off screen or whatever as an old man.
Yeah.
What I want to see Captain America back, like in flashbacks to World War II, even, or like into flashbacks to like,
okay, that makes sense. Yes.
yeah, like if we do, for instance, like bring Wolverine into the MCU, I'd love them to not feel like they can't bring back Captain America for those flashbacks of like World War II Wolverine. You
Yeah.
know, like I just feel like that'd be such a missed opportunity.
Especially like, what if they did something too, where it's like the super soldier serum like morphed into like Weapon X or something.
Yeah, you could totally. They've done that with like other things, like with the Hulk. They connected that to the super soldier serum, saying they were
Yeah.
trying to replicate it. Like
Yeah.
you could totally weave Weapon X into like out of that or something. But
Right.
just there's such a interesting thing that happens in some comics and some of the cartoons where like Steve and Logan knew each other back in the day. And
Mhm.
like I just feel like if we do get the chance to bring Wolverine to the MCU and not have an opportunity to like have at least like one scene of the two of them fighting alongside each other back then,
Yeah.
Like that'd be cool. Like I hope that happens. And
You,
that's but
you know,
otherwise, don't bring it back to life or age it.
you know what that would be? A significantly better movie than X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yes. Doesn't take much. Just Steve Rogers.
It would be the opening credits, but like awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 3. I don't know if this might surprise you, but I'm gonna go with
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Obadiah.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Just he's so charismatic. I'd love to see him back. That's all I gotta say.
Just Jeff Bridges, Obadiah's thing.
Yeah, just Jeff Bridges unloading on people. Just have him say like Tony Stark built this just every 5 seconds to people.
I would be concerned based on Jeff Bridges in the past like 10 years
I know.
since Iron Man.
I know.
Like it's
I
like
know.
R.I.P.D. Jeff Bridges, where I
Yeah.
don't understand anything he's saying. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, man. Like,
What did I watch recently? Where he was in something recent where I was like, oh, I know what it was. Bad Times at the El Royale. I was like, okay, this is the Jeff Bridges I like, where I can actually understand the guy.
yeah.
But like I remember watching like True Grit. He was just like, I'm like, what the hell are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool for bringing him back as long as we can understand him and he just yells at people that Tony Stark built shit in a cave. What's your number 2?
This also might surprise you, Alex, because this is kind of a cheat. But I'm
Okay.
just gonna say, I want Bruce Banner back. And by Bruce Banner back, I
Edward
mean
Norton.
I know not Edward Norton. I want Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner as Bruce Banner back.
Okay.
Like as fun as it was with Professor Hulk and Endgame,
Yeah.
I don't want that to be the permanent thing.
Okay.
I think it was fun and interesting for a movie. Maybe you could do it a little longer now, but at some point, I just feel like we need to bring back Bruce and have the dichotomy between him and the Hulk again. Like, it's such a core part of the character, and I just feel like there's more to explore there. There's just more you could do. I still say give Mark Ruffalo his goddamn solo Hulk movie, Universal.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think I'd like to see that, dynamic back again.
Don't tell Dwayne that because then if he goes back to Bruce Banner and he turns back into Hulk and he doesn't smash shit, he's gonna be pissed.
But I just feel like Professor Hulk was fine for like a movie, but I'd like him to go back to the actual struggle with the Hulk, which I'm hoping maybe the She-Hulk show would do, because I feel like they're probably not going to want to spend the money on Professor Hulk
Probably.
for that,
Yeah, probably.
Like maybe he gives his what turns her to She-Hulk turns him back into like Bruce Banner.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2 is Mysterio.
Okay. Yeah, I could actually really see that.
Yeah, especially with how Far From Home left everything.
Yeah.
I definitely think there's room to bring him back. I mean, plus 2, like Gyllenhaal is a great actor. I think he's one of the best actors of this like generation. He finally got to be in the MCU. He finally got his Spider-Man movie. I just think there's more to do with Mysterio, especially where like you could now bring him into the multiverse too, if that's what they're doing. Especially where he lied about it too, where he's like these elementals are from the multiverse, but oh hey, they're actually not. They're illusions. I want to see more of his trickery.
Yeah.
Because I really like this version of Mysterio.
Yep.
Like I love how they went full fishbowl head and everything.
Yeah, respect.
It was just really cool how they did it. And I want to see what like other like tricks, maybe involving technology, maybe not involving technology, that he has up his sleeve. I mean, he's already manipulating the public against Spider-Man.
Mhm.
So I really want to see them build off of that. And then maybe like, I don't know, Sony's probably going to be dumb and try and still do that Sinister Six movie. So maybe bring him back into the Sinister Six. But
Yeah.
but I mean, if I want to see, I would rather him come back in the MCU rather than like the Sony universe of Spider-Man, whatever the hell they're calling it.
Yeah. Like Vulture showing up in Morbius, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just think out of all of the villains that we've seen so far, out of the ones that have been left alive, I think he has the most room and more opportunities to come back than I think people realize.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a character like Loki that it lends itself to him being able to like fake his death, you know,
Well,
like
well, Sue, I just want to see him be like, Karen has my cape. Come on.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, he was fun. I'd love to see Mysterio back, and I do feel like that's something you could easily be like, oh yeah, he just faked his death, like it was an illusion. It was,
Yeah,
you know, but
he was
yeah,
force projecting across a great galaxy.
yeah.
What's your number one?
My number one is Johann Schmidt, the Red Skull.
Oh, I see. I thought about putting Red Skull on here, but I
Yeah.
didn't. I have somebody better for number one.
How dare you? Well, here's the thing, okay?
I think you'll appreciate my number one, but go
Red
ahead.
Skull was the character until Infinity War came out for like 7, 8 years or whatever. I was like, the MCU's just done with him. Like they haven't brought him back up ever. Like he was in First Avenger, he got teleported away by the Tesseract, and I was like, I guess that's it. Like he never popped up again. Like Winter Soldier came out, Civil War. I'm like, this guy's not coming back. and then when I watched Infinity War and I heard like this German dude on an alien planet talking, and I'm like, holy shit, it's Red Skull. And like I was like, wow, they actually tied up that.
I wish it was Hugo Weaving though.
I do wish it was Hugo, but I thought I forget the actor's name, but he's in Walking Dead. He played him. I thought he did a good job, but I mean that was just such an interesting role to put him in, and I thought it made sense with his connection to the Infinity Stones that we saw. Yeah. Like, cause he kind of introduced the Tesseract really in First Avenger, and I just thought he's just a good bad guy in general. So Red Skull obviously is like an easy villain to hate because he's a Nazi. Like it's like, yeah, punch that guy in the face. Like, and I mean he's a huge villain in the comics for Cap. I would love to see, and I mean, I know the Russo brothers, when they were asked, like, what happened when people took the Soul Stone? Does he still have to stay on Vormir? And they said, no, like, he's been released. You know, he's free. He's probably back on Earth. And that makes me hope that maybe in Falcon and Winter Soldier, or maybe in, like, some post-credit scene of it, or
it's Mephisto!
In a future MCU project, I'd love to see, like, Sam Wilson Captain America, not John Walker Captain America, because that's not staying. That is going to change real soon. I'd love to see Sam and Bucky have to take on the Red Skull. I just think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And just seeing Red Skull in like a modern setting could actually be really funny.
I'm with you on that. I would love to see him like interact with like Bucky in the modern day, and Sam. Like I want to see his interactions with Sam, because I feel like his interactions with Sam would be awesome.
Yeah, I just feel like it could be funny just having a Nazi out of time in the present day trying to like adjust to like, because he was in 1945 and then he was on an alien planet for decades and then he just comes to now Earth. Like, I'd love to see that.
You ready for my number one?
Yeah, if it's better than the Red Skull like you claim.
I'm an actor, Trevor Slatter.
I'm like the self-proclaimed Trevor Slattery fan, and I fucking forgot him.
Trevor Slattery, man, he needs to come back. He needs redemption. Everybody hates too hard on that plot twist. I think it's a very clever plot twist. I think it's very smart, especially since, like, from my knowledge, like Mandarin's not like that good of a villain in the comics.
I mean, it depends, but I mean, he's never been like on like the Joker level or Green Goblin level. You know?
That's the thing, because I remember like watching Iron Man 3 in the theater. I was like, something feels off about this guy.
You'll never see me coming.
Exactly. And like that's a huge reason. Like I want Ben Kingsley to redeem himself. I think there's a lot you could do. Like maybe like the Avengers hire him as like their like personal PR guy or something.
He's just their secretary.
Yeah. but like a cool PR guy, you know? I definitely think like he needs some redemption amongst fans because I do think fans overreact to that plot twist a little too much. I think it's more because that movie was leading people to believe the Mandarin was the actual villain.
Oh,
and then
for sure.
yeah, and then two, Aldrich Killian breathes fire like a dragon.
And then never uses it again. If he
Yeah,
used it again, I would be like, okay, but like he never does.
It's fucking weird. But yeah, Trevor Slatter is my number one, and I knew you would be blown away by that.
Damn it, that is better than Red Skull. I'd like to see Trevor again. He was fun.
Yeah. Did you just nod off?
The short film that I mentioned earlier with him on the, I think it was on the Iron Man 3 Blu-ray or another Blu-ray, Dark World maybe. Highly recommend. It's really funny.
What if he's coming back in Shang-Chi?
Maybe, or what if he's,
Mephisto?
what if he's the power broker? Oh man. Yeah. I mean, just the Marvel universe has so many characters, and they've done a really good job with a lot of characters that I just want to see more of them, like all of them.
Yeah. That's great.
Except for like, there's like only a couple characters, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind never seeing.
I know you want to see Malekith come back.
No, unless he's
love Malekith. I know
completely redone and done properly. Sure, but as he stands, no, thank you, never again.
All right, guys, that is our list for our top 5 MCU characters we would like to see return to the MCU. Pat, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at @thisPatGuy. You can also find me sometimes on Cinemania World Hero Hour Show, and that's about it right now.
Oh, I thought you were going to slip something subtle in there like I did last time.
No.
You can find me at my official website, alexmaddenmovies.mystrikingly.com. All my social media links, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, they're all there for you guys to check out. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex. That's Pat. We'll see you at the movies somewhere.